we own the last great single malts. I mean, it's really a treasure chest buried right beneath our own eyes.
Now is a great opportunity for us. We've got some fantastic ideas, some fantastic stories to tell about these 5 very exquisite malts.
I went to Aberfeldy and I understood some of the story. I wanted to learn more. Do we have the right to win? And the more I learned, the more I said it's a crime that we're not there. So I put my stamp on this. I said to John Burke and the whiskey team, we're going to play in single malt scotches and we're going to win.
This is about, making money, not selling boxes. These are going to be, they're going to be probably lower volume, but they're going to be highly premiumized.
So whether you're in the supply side, whether you're in marketing, or whether you're on the commercial side, my ask of you is play to win.
We've got 5 amazing single malt distilleries and we haven't let the public know about them yet. So it's really exciting.
I've been waiting for years for John Dewar and Son to wake up to the fact that they've got some fantastic single malts out there. There's an awful lot of people who've heard these names but have never tried a liquid. So great news.
Craigellachie is incredible because it's the epicenter of Speyside. It's where the rivers Fiddick and Spey meet.
If you're going to go into Speyside, you have to go through Craigellachie.
My family's been at this distillery since 1918. Started off with my great-grandfather, James Arthur Nichol. While he was here, my great-uncle also started. Now, he was also James Arthur Nichol. While he was there, my father also joined. He's also James Arthur Nichol. My name's James Arthur Nichol, believe it or not.
Craigellachie, a remarkable distillery. One of the few which have retained worm tubs. And you walk past that distillery and you get that little smell of sulphur. You know that this is kind of a big, brooding whisky. The worm tubs are adding weight, but it's also this fruit which really begins to develop over time. Fantastic whisky.
Aberfeldy is where we always go to recharge. So it's this incredible place in the Highlands next to the River Tay, very atmospheric warehouses, and really is the spiritual home of Dewars.
You look at it and it's just picture perfect. It's a gorgeous looking distillery.
It has this beautiful water source, the Petili Burn, and has gold in the water there.
It's beautiful scenery, but most of the time it will be damp and rainy. The amount of rain we get, you've got to do something with it, so whiskey's a good thing to make.
The beautiful Aultmore, the distillery that Diageo tried to keep when we bought Dewars.
Ignore the exterior, because what is important about Aultmore is what's going on inside.
Aultmore is situated on the Bermuda Triangle of Speyside, this mysterious place, this foggy moss known as the Bucky Road.
This is the Bucky Road we're on now. Long ago it would have been a lot of illicit distilleries in the foggy moss up there, and they'd been using the foggy moss to make their own little drams and hide out from our friends, the custom and excise. It's probably called foggy moss because it's always shrouded in fog and there's moss.
The whisky itself is a really delicious example of Speyside sweet estuary sort of style. Very, very well regarded.
Aultmore is the best dram, like.
Duff Distillery is our most modern distillery. It's up in the northeast of Scotland, and it sits on the banks of the River Deveron, where the River Deveron meets the North Sea. So when we bottle it as Deveron single malt.
You're a Macduffer when you live in Macduff. The area itself is lovely. I was actually born and bred here. I lived across behind the distillery. I've got all my family here as well who love the Scotch whisky as well. In fact, since I've worked here for the 6 years, I've gained a lot more friends.
Macduff has a really unusual distillation setup. So they have 2 wash stills and 3 spirit stills, and then horizontal condensers.
This, I think, it is almost like a midpoint between the modern style and the old style worm tops, which you see at Craigellachie. So Macduff sits in the middle there, producing this kind of medium heavy style with a kind of nutty character.
The whisky is very classy.
Easy drinking, very easy drinking actually. You know, an afternoon whiskey, I would describe it as.
It's a very approachable dram.
Brackla has one of the most interesting stories of any distillery. It was founded by a man called Captain William Fraser. He was a peppery Highland gentleman, proud of his ancestry, and a very quick temper. He never got on with the excise. He was fined by the excise authorities on 3 or 4 occasions for not paying duty and things like that. He resented paying duty, don't we all?
Royal Brackla is over 200 years old, built 1812, and it was the first royal distillery. So since the 1830s, it's had a royal warrant and was called the King's Own Whisky.
This is just such a beautiful spot. What a great place to make whisky. In fact, I'm amazed at the guys who are actually in there in the still house. I've got the time to actually do all the gubbins that they need to do to make whisky, because the view is so fantastic.
We firmly believe that Royal Brackla, having been perfected over 200 years, is an exceptional dram. It just tops off the enthusiasm that you have for the place if somebody's enjoying what you're producing 10,000 miles away.
Whether you're in marketing or commercial or supply chain, it's very rare to have a new brand to develop from scratch, and we have 5. And we can't let a later generation of Bacardi marketeers do it. We can't just keep postponing it. It's the right time for us to launch them now as distilleries and single malts in their own right.
I've been waiting for 7 years.
And I've only been waiting for 2. So
I'm pretty excited about it.
It'll be a roaring success.
I'm proud to be involved in it.
This is a great thing to happen.
It is fantastic news